Hey there, I've had the Govee Ceiling Light Pro, the 15-inch version, here in my office for a little over a year now. And today we're going to see what I liked, what I didn't, and would I buy it again. By the end of this video today, you're going to know how this light has held up after over a year here in my office, if I've had issues with Wi-Fi, with any of the DreamViewer sinks, and how it interacts with all the other lights in this room. This is episode 1 of 4. I'm going to be reviewing this light today. Next week, the brand new 18-inch Govee Ceiling Light Pro. Following week, the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra that I was a tester for. And then episode 4, all three installed in the same ceiling, in the same room, being compared to one another for a spot in my garage. If you're into smart home lighting, hit subscribe. I test all this stuff in my actual house, not a studio. This is real world long-term testing, living with these devices every day. This is going to be 4 episodes, 3 different lights, 1 garage. Let's see what wins. So this is my office. This light's been on this ceiling for over a year. I use it every single day, working sometimes in the morning, some late nights, weekends, hobbies. It's not a demo unit I unboxed last week. This is the real thing. And that's kind of the point, right? Most ceiling light reviews show you day 1, unboxing, first impression. Wow, this looks great. But nobody tells you what happens after month 3, after month 6, after you've set 40 different color scenes and the novelty's worn off, and you're just living with it. So that's what this is. 1 year later, no staging, no fresh install footage. This is exactly how it looks today. So how has my year with this light been? Honestly, I really can't complain. When you need this to be at 100% brightness so you can clean the room, it does it. When you need it nice and warm like this, it does it. Traditional lights, they're usually on or off. Maybe you can dim them. These, you can change the warmth of the whites. You can change the colors. It's got all kinds of scenes. It'll rock out to your music if you want. So this light, it connects via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. It has Matter support, and it uses Google Home and Amazon Alexa. Here at the 608, we use Amazon, and it's really been flawless. Physically, how has it held up? In all reality, it's inside a room, there's no weather, has no direct sunlight hitting it ever. It looks the same as the day I installed it. Occasionally you wipe it down with a damp microfiber cloth to get any dust out, but there's been no warping, no yellowing of the diffuser, nothing's broken. It stayed on the ceiling. Really, all's been great. Now, a common concern people often have with smart home devices is as new ones come out, the company abandons them. So far, Govee has not abandoned this device. It's still being sold. It's still getting updates. In fact, I got an update this year that totally changed how I use it. So clearly, Govee is still supporting this device, which is very important since it's something that's permanently installed in your house. Quickly, let's go through the app. I'll put the share screen up. It has a bunch of scenes, DIYs, share space, really everything you need. So what has annoyed me with this light? Honestly, when I first got it and installed it in this room, I had plans to use it with my television backlighting. And unfortunately, this light did not connect to Movie DreamView. Another thing that bothered me about it is even at 1%, it's sometimes too bright when you're just trying to hang out, watch a movie. But I'm happy to say it now connects to Movie DreamView, and I use it all the time. The brightness is still occasionally a factor, but when you layer the lighting in your room, you can turn off the main light, leave the ring light on, and everything just stays calm and mellow when needed. Or it can be as bright as you want it. Now here's where this light and the rest of the Govee ecosystem is genuinely cool, and that is DreamView. Govee has an entire DreamView ecosystem. It's where multiple lights connect together for one common scene. And in this house, DreamView Sync is where this thing earns its spot. DreamView lets all your Govee lights sync up for music mode. So when I turn on music sync in here, watch this. The ceiling light becomes the anchor. Everything else in the room follows it. And for a ceiling light, which is the biggest, most visible light in any room, having it lead the DreamView chain actually makes the whole setup feel cohesive instead of random. I've also got scene groups set up where the ceiling light and the other devices all shift together. The ceiling light handles the ambient wash, the table lamps handle the accent. It's kind of the way smart lighting is supposed to work, together. All right, so would I buy the 15-inch Govee Ceiling Light Pro again? Absolutely I would. For an office, for a bedroom, for any room that's under about 200 square feet. This is a really solid ceiling light. The RGB IC effects are genuinely impressive. The daily white light performance is good. DreamView makes it better than any standalone ceiling light. But, and this matters, if you have a bigger room where you're looking for the ability to put images on the light, you might want the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra. And if you want more brightness coverage without going for the ultra price, the new 18-inch Pro might be the sweet spot. But that's what episode 2 is for. So far I can say the 15-inch Ceiling Light Pro is definitely not as impressive as the Ultra for custom designs. or for brightness. But for the price, for daily use, for a room that just needs good light that also happens to look amazing on weekends, it truly has earned its spot in my office. And remember, this is episode 1 of 4. Next episode, the brand new 18-inch Ceiling Light Pro goes into my garage solo, and I'll be testing DreamView Sync with a bunch of other Govee devices at the same time. Then episode 3 is the Ultra, which I've had as a beta tester for 5 months. In episode 4, all 3 are getting installed side by side, same garage, same testing. Subscribe so you can catch the whole series. Sometimes the best smart home devices aren't the loudest ones. I appreciate you guys watching this. Please follow and like, and I'll see you on episode 2.